Hello and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, December the 28th. It is almost time to welcome in the new year, to welcome in 2026. I hope everybody had a great Christmas and that you all are well and healthy. We've had health issues here. Almost everybody I know is sick. So I hope you all are well, and I hope you all had a fantastic holiday and that you were getting ready to ring in the new year. But hello and happy Sunday, everybody. If you are new, or if you're coming back after having been away for a little while, please tell us hello, because we would love to welcome you. But again, hi and happy Sunday. Hello and happy Sunday. I do have on my hello and happy Sunday shirt that I had made. Yeah, I thought this would be a great hello and happy Sunday for anybody that's going to be new popping on here. So today is December the 28th, almost New Year. When I see you all the next time, it'll be 2026, if you can believe it. Oh wait, hold on.
Hello from home base.
John says hello from home base. So if you're new with us, or if you've just been gone for a little bit, and hello to Carol Lou, and hello to Christy, and hello Elaine. This is our new house. I mean, John has lived here off and on for like 40 years. I don't know. It was his parents' house, and we just closed on it 2 Mondays ago, I guess. So these are not my things. Well, I guess they are now, but these are not my things. So as we start switching out this vintage 1994 kitchen, you all will be able to help us redesign everything. But for now, we've got these light colored oak cabinets and all of his mom's very odd collection of things. But let's see, I missed a few people. Let's see, hello. Yeah, I've said hello to Elaine. Hello, Mary Ann. Sarah, greetings, Sarah. Greetings to Sarah from Raleigh, Massachusetts. And let's see, and yes, Christy says Happy New Year. Oh, and sent a bunch of stars. Thank you, Christy, very much. I do sincerely appreciate that. And hello, Anna. Anna says hello. So we are here from home base. I'm sitting down because, sorry, Sarah and everyone else who likes to cook, we've got some other stuff to talk about in the second half, and we will not be cooking in the second half, but probably next week, because I have been sent so many recipes to try out for this new year. But this week in the second half, we will be talking about the changes that are coming from Weight Watchers. This is the time of year when they make all of their changes, whether small or large, and we will be talking about that in the second half. So I'm just going to be sitting here with you all. We're just going to sit here and have a nice little chat. And hello, Sandra from Pennsylvania. But yeah, hope everybody had, again, great holidays. I hope you all are well. I still have the snuffles going on, and hello to Ann. I've got one employee with the flu. We've got other people that are out sick. Bo has not just strep A, but she has strep A and strep B, and had a reaction to something and is broken out purple. She's just purple from her neck down, but at least she's not purple on her face anymore. And hello to Julie. It's good to see you. And I know, Sarah, you'll be fine. But anyway, she's much better today, but she was uni on Christmas afternoon and the day after Christmas. And hello to Melissa, who's sneaking in here. So I hope you all are well, because East Tennessee, I don't know, we're not doing so great. But anyway, we are fine, and we are going to go ahead and have the chat tonight. Again, today is Sunday, December the 28th, almost the new year. And hello, Melissa, almost 2026. We've got a handful of days left until 2026. That means we've already survived, barely, just kidding. We've already survived Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. We've got Casey's birthday, Alyssa's birthday, Casey and Alan's wedding anniversary, New Year's Eve, and New Year's, all coming up within the next few days. And hello to Lisa from Arkansas. And hello, you'll have to help me with this, Konia, 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 Konia. You're going to have to help me with that pronunciation, from Mobile, Alabama. And hello to you, and everybody, welcome. Konia. You're going to have to help me. Tell me some way to pronounce it without actually. So it's going to be one of those, tell me how to pronounce your name without telling me how to pronounce your name, deals. And hello to Gail, says the flu has been rough. It really has. Hello to Gail, and hello, Ann. And again, if you're brand new, let us know. Just say, hey, I'm new here, or I'm back after having been away a little while. So that we can welcome you and get you ready for 2026. So this is our last chat of 2025, if you can believe it. I'm hoping that for our first chat of 2026, that I'm not still creeped up. I mean, it's not been a wild week. It's not been horrible, but poor little Bo she's just going to be sensitive to everything. You know, she is the grandchild who has celiac. She has a bicuspid valve. She's just going to be sensitive to everything. And everybody at Children's Hospital was, when we walked in, they were like, oh, goodness. And hello again, Julie. Happy New Year. Everybody was like, oh no, baby, poor baby, because she looked so rough. And she looked worse the second night when we took her back. She's looking a little bit better. But anyway, hello and happy Sunday, everybody. Okay, we are going to play, and hello, Mary from Pittsburgh. We're going to play a new game starting tonight, and this was John's idea. So his mom has the weirdest collection of things. I mean, weirdest, strangest collection of things, and I have known this woman since I was 15 years old, and I've been in and out of this house for how many years? 35 years? 4 years? For 42 years. I wish that I had thought to pick up some of the things that she has collected over the years and just say, what the heck is this? Why do you have this? What are we doing with this? And hello, Katie, happy Sunday from snowy Minneapolis. You got anybody in Minneapolis right now? No. Okay, nobody in Minneapolis right now. Oh, great, and 6 inches of snow already and expecting more. No, thank you. No, thank you. We have had gloriously warm weather here this last week, and it's going to bottom out tomorrow. But anyway, I wish I had had an opportunity to ask her, what is with all of this stuff? Where did you get it? Why did you get it? And do you even know what it is? So while we sort through her things and decide, keep it, don't keep it, was it hers? Was it sentimental? Is it passed down, you know, through the family? Or is it just some stuff? Oh, and Katie, that's interesting. You're the second person I've ever met with that. You'll have to tell me about it later. But while we go through all of these things and say, you know, is it a family heirloom or is it just something that she just randomly picked up at a yard sale or a thrift store or whatever? And hello, Dalton from Humble, Texas. So hot in Humble, Texas. Don't know if you're going to get the cold front that we have moving in, but it's a coming. So tonight is going to be the first night of what is this? John found this today. Where was it? Garage?
In your garage.
This was in his dad's detached garage where he keeps his antique automobiles. He has found the weirdest things in the weirdest places. But tonight is our first episode of What Is This? I promise we were going to talk about something Weight Watchers related in a second, but we just thought this would be fun because we are also looking at all of these things and saying, what is this? So I will knock on it so that you can hear it. It's some kind of metal, and it has this little handle on top. I will show you what it does here in just a few minutes, but I'm going to let you all take a few guesses, and I don't know what this little tabby thing right here is, but this is our first episode of What Is This? And I promise we have some equally confusing things coming up for weeks and weeks and weeks. John says we probably have about 5 years worth of what is this things to share with you all. Okay, so while I get ready to talk about our topic for this week, just throw out some guesses and then I will show you before we skip to the second half. I will show you what this week's item is. What is this? Okay, this week we are talking about the holiday hustle. And of course we are talking about the holiday hustle because we're still deep in the middle of them. We are almost done. We have had Thanksgiving. And Thanksgiving, I found out the other day. Oh, let's see. Sarah says it looks like an old school drink holder. The spout is missing. John thought similarly, but no. So Thanksgiving, I did find out this year, the Thursday of Thanksgiving was the latest, almost the latest that it can be in, hello Marlene from Florida, almost the latest that it can be in November. So it did make Christmas feel like it came closer, like super fast. So we had Thanksgiving and then immediately on its heels, almost immediately on its heels, we had Christmas. And for those of you who celebrate Hanukkah, or I think Kwanzaa just started, gosh, I'm not sure which date it is, but it just started a day or two ago. New Year's, we've got all the birthdays, almost all the birthdays crammed into one small period of time. And then New Year's. And on the 1st, we are going, me, John, my sister, my brother-in-law, one of my nieces, and her boyfriend. We are all headed to see the final episode of Stranger Things. If you've been watching Stranger Things, we'll talk later. We will talk later. No spoilers here. But anyway, so this week we are talking about the holiday hustle. Did you know that a micro workout and that means that some kind of high intensity, and high intensity doesn't have to mean that you jumped up and started running. Carol, being in the garage, I'm sorry, I'm going to sidetrack for a second. Being in the garage has squat to do with it. Nothing to do with it. We have found dishes in the garage. John found a toy, what was it? A stingray. It's like a Beanie Baby stingray in one of the toolboxes. So good guess, but no. Oh, and Mary says taking food to different places. Okay. No, is that a guess on this, or is you saying you're taking food to different places? But anyway, so when I say a high intensity activity, I don't mean that you just jumped out of your chair and took off running. Okay. So higher intensity, and hello, Barbara from Bonnow, South Carolina. So higher intensity means like you did some squats, or you jogged in place, or you jumped rope for a minute, or you walked the parking lot, or you walked the dog. So high intensity doesn't mean you jumped up and just took off running, but it means more than just standing up and, stretching. So did you know that a micro workout, which means a higher intensity workout of between 1 and 10 minutes, so it only has to last 1 to 10 minutes, that can increase your endurance, and it can also increase insulin resistance. And hello to Lynn. So just those micro bursts, those kind of micro workouts or micro bursts of workout. So it doesn't mean you went to the gym for 30 minutes to an hour. It doesn't mean that and that's good. It's still really good to go to the gym for 30 minutes to an hour. It's still really good to get your walks in, like Karen and I walked for an hour tonight, like we normally do on a Sunday. But it's not talking about that. We're talking about the holiday hustle. We're talking about little bursts of energy. Those add up, and they can actually, so a microburst of energy, a microburst of exercise of 1 to 10 minutes. It can be as little as 1 minute up to 10 minutes. And especially if you do that multiple times a day, that can actually increase your endurance. So you wouldn't think that. You would think, oh no, I've got to get in some 30 to 45 minute aerobic activity to increase my endurance. It actually can increase your endurance, and it can increase your insulin resistance. So the only reason we're talking about insulin resistance is I would venture to guess that 80% of us that are on this chat right now are at least 40 to 50 years old. Am I correct? So do we have anybody on the chat tonight that is under 40 years old? So I don't know all of you all that well, but my gut feeling is that most of us are past the 40 mark, some of us more than others. But yeah, so we start talking about increased insulin resistance. We start talking about things that you don't have to talk about when you're less than 40 years old. But let's also talk about, Sarah's 69. Yeah, because you just had a birthday not too long ago. So let's talk about what is a micro workout. What is something that would count as a micro workout? We talked about a few of those on Tuesday night in our in-person meeting. I heard some people say dancing, cleaning, taking down the Christmas stuff. So if you've got to go up and down a ladder a few times, putting some of that stuff away. Pam 66. So some of those things can be a micro workout. A lot of y'all have dogs, and if you just take your dog for an extra walk a day, don't just wait for the dog to be like, I gotta go, you gotta take me out, but maybe take the dog for an extra walk, that day. That can be a micro workout. And Elena's 79. She's a young 79. And yes, I did, Sarah. I remember some things. Yeah, Julie's 56. I was thinking you were pretty close to my age, Julie. I'm a smidge older than you, but you're pretty close to my age. So no more guesses on this. Y'all only have like 10, 11 more minutes to guess what this is. And Carol says she is insulin resistant and had the blood test. It's different than a glucose test. That's interesting. You'll have to tell us about that later. And hello to Carolyn, who is 78. So yeah, that's what I meant. Sarah, that's exactly what I meant, is most everybody on the chat, not most everybody, at least 80% of us on the chat are more than 40 years old. So we have to talk about some different things than if we had a group of just kids, kids that we were talking to. So micro workouts, what are some things that you all can think of that would be a short, quick burst of energy. And again, you don't have to jump up out of your chair and take off running down the street. That's not the kind of thing, you know, that I'm talking about. But what are some quick things that you could do for 1 to 10 minutes a day? And especially if you could do them multiple times a day. So if you got in, you know, like three or 4 5-minute workouts, that is so much better than getting in 0 workouts. There is actually, and yeah, metabolism is tougher for people our age. Oh, John's just walking behind us. Look, he's doing a micro workout because he walked across the living room. I'm just kidding, he's not. But let's see, I lost my train of thought now. So what are some things that you could do? There are actually studies that are done. Okay, hold on a second. So Lynn says trying to put a sheet on her bed was a definite challenge and she didn't manage it either. So Lynn has had some significant medical issues here lately. So I'm sure that putting a sheet, you probably got your heart rate up trying to put the sheet on your bed. I'm confident of that. Julie says standing up and folding laundry while walking in place. That's, whoa, I'm not sure I could do all of that at the same time. Carol says her home office is in the basement and she goes up and down the stairs a ton a day. Perfect. And Sarah, he has wandered outside, but I will tell him you said hi when he comes back in. He is so happy to be in this house. I can't even tell you. And my accountability buddy, Karen, she told somebody the other day, she said she's known John for right at 30 years. And she goes, I don't think I've seen him this happy in a while. And Sarah says, hello. Oh, nope. He just popped in for a second, has gone right back out. But anyway, so those micro bursts of energy. So I have been trying, the weather here has been woo, 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 woo. And especially with everybody being sick, y'all know I try to go to the gym 3 days a week. Karen and I also walk 3 days a week. But it's been tough. It's been tough with the holidays. It's been tough when the weather, you know, when the weather gets weird. It's really tough. And especially when you've got sick kids and sick grandkids or sick yourself. So I have been trying in our showroom. It's not as big as the old showroom that we had, but I have been trying like every few minutes, maybe every 10 or 15 minutes or something. If I need to get something off of the copier, instead of just walking from my computer to the copy machine to pick it up, I've been walking from my desk to the copier to pick it up, making 1 lap around the showroom, coming back to the copier, and then going back to my desk. I probably pick up 200 to 300 steps a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but at least I'm getting up. And yeah, I'm getting up and moving. Karen's niece actually is having a major health scare right now. She is 29, 30, I guess. She is so sedentary, like sits all day long. They've got more kids than I would care to have. A lot of kids, a lot going on, and she ends up sitting a lot. She actually has blood clots forming in her legs and had what did they say? The blood clots have moved. She was having some pain because they said the blood clots were starting to move towards her lungs. And they were worried about her developing a pulmonary embolism. The doctor that she saw a couple of weeks ago when she was in the emergency room the first time, he didn't say, stop. Hello, Shirley. He didn't say, stop eating this. He didn't say, of course he did ask if she smoked or not, but he didn't say, stop doing that, stop doing whatever. He told her the best way to take care of that and to take care of those blood clots in her legs were to get up and move around. We've talked about this for years, that sitting is the new smoking. So doctors used to say that smoking was like the #1 killer of people, just because of what it does to your lungs and your respiratory system and parts of your circulatory system and other things. And hello to Vicky. But sitting is taking over that. And hello, Angela. Hello, Angela. It's good to see you. I hope we see you in person again soon. But doctors are saying that sitting is the new smoking because people are so sedentary. We know people that are still working from home, turned out. The company, it's better for the company for them to work from home. They like it. They're working from home. And then as soon as they get off from work, they're gaming or watching TV or relaxing and reading or whatever. And they're just not moving around. Well, Karen's niece this is a serious medical condition. And he said the best way to get ahead of this, the best way to attack this is to just get up and move around. get up and get a little bit of exercise. He didn't say you have to run a marathon. He didn't say you have to take up, any aerobics or, or anything like that. That, I don't know, you're pretty close, Melissa. He didn't say anything strenuous like that. He said, just get up and move around. Get up and move around. That was his best, he didn't prescribe. I mean, he did prescribe blood thinners, but that was his best prescription was to get up and move around. And Donna says, I've been diagnosed with osteoarthritis of the hip. Oh no, it's very painful and hard to walk. Okay, Donna, you don't have to walk to get in some of this extra movement. We have a friend in our Tuesday night group that has really embraced chair aerobics. Because she can't walk for very long distances, really not much further than her car to inside of the meeting. We have another lady that walks with a cane, and she has started doing water aerobics because it is less painful on her joints, and she's got some osteoarthritis issues, actually to the point where she's a little bit hunched over with her, and she uses like a walking stick to walk with, but she does water aerobics to help with that, to ease that, because it would be very painful for her to walk long distances. So there are lots of things that you could do for the micro, for your micro burst, of energy. The one lady that has a little bit of trouble walking and has started doing the chair aerobics. She also has been practicing something that another girl in our group who's a physical therapist told her, and it's just called a sit stand. And a sit stand, she said they use a sit stand to evaluate people, older people, and I'm not saying we're older, but to evaluate older people for their physical therapy needs. But also that's a goal that they work on, is can they get from a sitting position to a standing position without assistance. But she said a sit stand was one of the best ways for them to build their leg muscles, for them to gain some stamina in that, and also to safely do that, and to build up their leg muscles. And I'm telling you, building up some muscles, even if you just do something as simple as a sit stand several times a day, you're going to build up those muscles, and building up those muscles are going to make it stronger for you when you're trying to walk. And actually it could help alleviate a little bit of the pain. I'm not saying that it will get rid of your osteoarthritis, and I'm not telling you not to do what your doctor said to do, but a little bit of exercise that doesn't put so much pressure on that hip, it can really build that area up, and building up your trunk is going to help with that too. Okay. So I am not a physical therapist. I'm not a doctor, and I don't even play one on TV. So do what your doctor says. I'm just saying these little bits of energy help. We also have several people who use cans, weights. They keep weights near where they're sitting, or who use cans. So like canned green beans or whatever. If they weigh 16 ounces, that's a pound. So you could take, a can of green beans in each hand, just do some arm lifts, do some extensions. It doesn't mean you have to jump up out of your chair and take off running. Okay. And Angela is going to the Saturday morning meetings. Okay, Angela, as long as you're back, that's all I care about. Let's see. Oh, yeah, no, Sarah's talking about the arthritis too. I'm telling you, the age group that we have here, we're all kind of in that age group. And I'm not trying to call you out, but Dylan, I'm just curious, how old are you? So I know and have met or have chatted with not everybody that's on all of the chats, but you're probably the only person that I don't have a really good, kind of a handle, on how old you are. So I don't mean to call you out, but if you wouldn't mind letting us know how old you are, I think you're going to be our youngster in the group. Let's see. Carol says that her physical therapist said to move a little every day and not end up stiff like the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz. Perfect. That is perfect. And Gwen's dad used to always tell her it's better to wear out than to rust out. That goes hand in hand with what Carol just said. Okay, so while we wait on Dylan to see if he's actually going to reveal how old he is, we're going to go back to our what is it? Please still keep posting what your little burst of energy, what your micro workouts or your little micro burst of energy of exercise, what those could be. And then we're going to reveal the what is it. Okay. Oh, and Sarah says, give us that oil that the Tin Man has. Hey, I don't know if you noticed or not, but after they start to oil him, he is, he's moving those parts, okay? Just doing the oil, but not moving the parts doesn't really help. So keep that in mind. Okay, last chance. Any last guesses as to what is it? So if you're joining us late, or if you're watching this on YouTube, and that's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, I promise we are still talking about Weight Watchers things, and health related things, and let's keep going things. But because we have purchased John's mom and dad's house, their home, and this was his childhood home, and I still can't believe that we had not noticed, noticed or asked or whatever. And of course now she's not able to tell us, what some of these things are, but we're finding, or John is finding, the weirdest things. And there's no theme. Like, there is no theme to this. She has some Thomas Kincaid pictures. And
bought the house, but we bought all of her stuff.
Yeah, so we bought the house, but we did also, because his brother, once they finally decided we need to do this, just do it all, just rip that Band-Aid off, do it all at one time. So we also purchased the contents of the house. And needless to say, it's been interesting, and there are rooms to go through of these kinds of things. And Christy, it is not a chamber pot, but that is a great guess. So John thought this was a cooler. Totally looks like an aluminum or a stainless steel softball cooler. And Katie's micro exercise is going to be cleaning. I'm going to set a timer for 20 minutes, 4 times a day. You are a better woman than me. Okay, it does have, how do I get this off here? It has this little, there we go. Okay, it has this little thing, a tension thing that lets it go. And this handle, it has 5 of these. So all of this is grouped together, and it has 5 of these. So I did have to Google lens this. Carol Ann, hello to you. It totally looks like a steamer. Vicky, maybe like a dehydrator. It is and all these things are to be vintage. And John says we have about 5 years worth of odd things. Okay, and his mom didn't cook, so she definitely did not buy a steamer, a dehydrator, or a canner, but she has tons of Pyrex dishes. Anyway, and yes, Sarah, it's like from the 60s, 70s. It is a vintage Buckeye aluminum 5-tier stacking picnic set or carrier. And Lynn says a pot to take camping. That's pretty close, Lynn. So this is it's a 5-tier. So there are 5 of these, a 5-tier picnic set. So you could pack your picnic stuff in here. And then it has this cute little lid that you put on top. I still don't know I have no idea what that is for. And then it all, do what?
There's clips on the side of a camper that you can put that on.
Oh, John says there are clips on the side of a camper that you can hook that on. And then, and then it all clips back together. Oh, I got this not turned right. Anyway, it all clips back together with this, but I'm just laughing again because I've got that turned sideways a little bit. Take this off and turn it.
I did
it. Anyway, we're just laughing because I don't remember his parents ever picnicking or camping, or maybe camping, but
we had a camper.
Yeah, but I don't remember them picnicking. I had no idea. Anyway, so I think that was fun. We're going to find something every week. And John says there's like 5 years worth of things, of unusual things that he can't identify, and I have not identified so far, that we can use for that. Okay, so we are at the halfway point in our chat. Everybody take a quick break and get yourself some water. Even though we're not cooking anything, I am going to put on the apron, so that I can show you the absolutely adorable apron that my friend Barbara got me for Christmas. And she specifically said, you can wear that on Sunday nights for your little chat thing. And I was like, well, my little chat thing says thank you. But we're not cooking tonight. We're getting ready to, that would be great for the beach. And Christy, have you been watching Stranger Things? Are you watching it? And which season have you made it to? One of the girls that works for me, her name's Lily. She is going on the first. She bought the tickets that I had for January the 1st, I had tickets for the 9 o'clock, 9:08, I think it was, showing, but I needed to switch my tickets to the afternoon so that I could go with my sister and my niece and their husbands, boyfriends, whatever. So she bought my 9 o'clock one, and I said, honey, girl, you'll have to catch up. I said, you cannot go to the finale without being completely caught up. And I said, you just call me or text me when you get to season 5, episode 4, because you're going to want to scream and talk to somebody. And she did. Okay. So anyway, yes, Stranger Things. So everybody stop and get a drink of water. We're at the halfway point in tonight's chat. And tonight is, you know what I just realized? I don't have my little microphone on. Can you all hear me okay? I'm assuming that y'all can hear me okay. But I completely forgot to put my little microphone on. Oh well. So hopefully y'all can hear me okay. But today is Sunday. I forgot my microphone.
Okay.
But it's okay. But today is Sunday, December the 28th. We used to do this without a microphone, and I feel like I'm really close, so I feel like y'all can hear me just fine. But that also means that you can hear everything else around me because the microphone kind of blocks that out. So this is the second half of tonight's chat. Today is Sunday, December the 28th, right? Yeah, Sunday, December the 28th. Then thank you, Anna. The next time we see, oh my goodness, no, it is not. Okay, hold on. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you all for telling me that you can hear me great. Donna, somehow we have segued off onto Stranger Things. The last episode of Stranger Things drops on December the 31st, and it is thank you, Angela, it is one episode. So if you're watching Stranger Things, it was 4, let me think, 4, 1, or 4, 3, 1. Anyway, they dropped in little groups. Well, the last one drops, the very last episode drops on December the 31st. I will not be able to go see it or watch it on December the 31st because that is Alyssa's birthday, and I'll be taking her to go see probably Zootopia 2. But on January the 1st, we will be going to watch the last episode, and it is not only in theaters. It is on Netflix. So you can see it on Netflix, but I don't know. I just got caught up in the whole thing, and I was like, I want to see that last episode in theaters. Okay, so today is December the 28th. If you are watching this later on YouTube, that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. We have been talking about the holiday hustle and about micro bursts of energy. But as I sit here, not moving, not doing what I've told you all to do in the first 30 minutes, which is to get up, to move around, to whatever, but I have already walked twice, more than the equivalent of twice today. But y'all get a drink of water right now, and then we are going to jump into the changes, the Weight Watchers changes for this year going into 2026. And don't panic. Don't panic. This is going to be super simple. Just don't panic. Get you a drink of water. Okay, we're back for the second half, and I am wearing the cute new apron that my friend Barbara got me specifically for the chat. So I do appreciate that, Barbara. The only complaint that I have, this is a really, really cute Laura Ashley apron. It has no pockets. So I don't know. I don't have to have pockets when I'm cooking or when I'm doing the chat, but I don't know. I like pockets. Anyway, today is Sunday, December the 28th. This is our last chat for 2025. Our next chat, it will be 2026. So I'll go ahead and say Happy New Year, everybody. But I know some of y'all are anxious about the changes, the new sign dealers. You'll have to tell me what that means, Lynn. So this is the time of year, if you've been with Weight Watchers for very long, this is the time of year when they make all of their changes, whether they're small or big. If it's a small program change, like if they're tweaking 0 point foods, or if they're, tweaking how many points we have or things like that, or if it's something huge, like if it is changing to freestyle or like points plus or freestyle or the purple, green, and blue, or, whatever it is, they always do it in December. So, Sarah, calm down. Hold on a second. Just calm down. So, this is the time of year when they make all changes, whether they are small or whether they are big. So I will say that I'm in a franchise location, and our franchise location has gotten zero information about this. Like, we have gotten zip, nothing, zilch. So the news that I have as a franchise location for Weight Watchers is that there is no program change for this year. Okay, Lynn, I know. Okay, I know. I'm with you, Lynn. Sorry. And I should have figured that out, but I am back with you. So there is no actual program change from 2025 going into 2026, which has confused the heck out of me, because traditionally every single year, so I have been a Weight Watcher for almost 30 years, almost every single year for almost 30 years. I think I'm like a year shy of 30 years. No, it doesn't, Donna. No, it doesn't. Hold on. We'll answer that. So every year, almost every year for 30 years, for almost 30 years, there has been a program change. They are really throwing me off by not having a real program change this year. I mean, you know, a lot of people would be like, oh, yay, like Sarah, yay, no changes in the program, you know, for this year. But it's kind of thrown me off because I keep waiting. I don't know. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop and them to go, oh, just kidding. We're really changing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But here's what I know and what I don't know, because again, we have gotten no information. There has been no training. There has been no literature. Y'all know I like a good piece of paper or a pamphlet or a booklet or a handout, you know, or something to go through to get, you know, to get new information. There has been none of that. And there has even been zero information passed to the workshop leaders or guides that are in franchise locations. They've gotten zero training on how to handle this. So yeah, so we're just going to wing it. And I will tell you what I do and don't know. So again, what I do know, this is the time of year when Weight Watchers makes all of their changes, but there's not any program changes this year. Okay, first question I got, well, not the first one, but a big question that I got was, when does this roll out? So whatever this is, when does it roll out? So the big rollout was supposed to be on December the 26th. And like everything, you know, when you have this significant of a change in a computer system or an app system or whatever, there's going to be glitches. Well, of course, there were glitches. So it started rolling out on December the 26th. It has not rolled out to everyone everywhere. I have an Apple iPhone. My app has not updated. So if your app has updated, good for you. Let us know what you think. If you're like me and your app has not updated, we'll just have to wait. We will have to wait until it's our turn. But trust me, as soon as mine updates, you'll be the first to know. So first question was, when does it roll out? It started rolling out on December the 26th. It has not finished its rollout yet. I did try logging out and logging back in. That did not force my app to update. I am unwilling to delete my app and reinstall my app. Just makes me weird. Just makes me feel weird. And yes, Lisa, it has. So then the next question was, does the 0 points food list change? The current 0 point foods list that we have has not changed. So those all remain the same. The only way that would change is if you, and yes, Dalton, you're exactly right. If you do go change your settings to the living with diabetes, if you change that, then your 0 point foods list will change. But for the rest of us, if you do not change over to living with diabetes, your 0 point food list has not changed. It is exactly the same. Next question was, oh no, am I going to lose points? Or yay, am I going to get more points? No. You're not going to lose any points and you're not going to get any extra points. The only time that you get extra points is if you've gotten younger, if you have gotten taller, or if you've gained a bunch of weight. So the way that your points values are determined is by, if you're a male or a female, your height, your weight, and your age. That's how they determine how many daily points you get. So unless one of those has changed, your daily points are not going to change. Now, as you lose weight, your daily points might go down, that is irrespective of that has nothing to do with the app change. Okay. That's just because your weight has gone down. Or like on the other hand, if you started nursing, so if you had been pregnant and you started nursing, your points would go up. Or if you go on maintenance, your points would go up. Okay. The next thing, why did we not get a notice or any information at the in-person workshops? I don't know. I'm irritated about that too. I have no idea. I've asked people. I've asked people who are guides. I've asked people who are in-person workshop guides. I've asked people who are virtual guides. No one can tell me why we did not get any, like a heads up on it. There are some Weight Watchers ambassadors who apparently, and I don't know any of them, so don't ask me, but there are some, and I don't hang out with them, so I didn't ask them. But there are some Weight Watchers ambassadors who their app had already changed because they get like a beta version. No one I know got a beta version. So I have no idea why the rest of us, it's just going to be, again, surprise, here's your new app. Okay, so the next question I got was, but I heard that some of these things have to do with menopause or people doing GLP-1. What if I'm not? What if I'm not in menopause, perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, or I'm not taking a GLP-1? What happens to me? Nothing happens to you. You don't have to change anything. So if you are not in menopause, experiencing menopause, in menopause, or just finished menopause, and if you're not taking a GLP-1, you don't have to change anything. Okay. And what's up with the logo? That has been the number one thing, is what the heck is going on with the WW logo? I don't know. Some cool kids in marketing. So, okay, I actually had one person say, wow, this is going to rank up there with the Cracker Barrel logo fiasco. Did they not learn anything? Okay. No, the Cracker Barrel logo, that was a disaster. That was a disaster. This new Weight Watchers logo is just an irritation. What?
It's New Coke.
Oh yeah, it's like John said it's New Coke. If you survived New Coke and then going back to Coke Classic, you'll know. Okay, Sarah says it's all stretched out. The reason that it's stretched out, the reason I think it's all stretched out, so what I've heard is that the logo is supposed to show the connection between all of us. So if you haven't seen it yet, and I don't have anything to show you, but it is super weird now, Sarah. I agree. So the new logo, and I don't know who decided we needed a new logo. I just got used to the circle with the W and the W in it. Okay. So the new logo, if you haven't seen it yet, it's a W and then a long line. It's not just a little line. It does to me too, Carol. A long line and then another W. To me, it looks like, dumbbells or barbells. It looks to me like you're lifting weights. Well, supposedly from the cool kids who designed the logo, supposedly it's supposed to show, this line is supposed to show our togetherness or whatever. Melissa, are you asking what it is or when it is? So this new rollout is app only. It's an app thing only. There are no actual program changes. These are all changes to the app. It's all changes to the features in the app. I'm going to read you there. Yeah, it looks like a dumbbell. And Angela, I don't know, but let's listen to their press release that they put out on December the 16th of this year. So this was from the Globe Newswire. So this is a public press release that you can go look up, and it says Weight Watchers International Incorporated, Weight Watchers, the global leader in science-backed weight management, today introduced a new fully integrated experience that unites GLP-1 prescribing, personalized nutrition, behavioral support, coaching, and community within a redesigned app experience and digital platform. Built for a new era of weight management and long-term health, the new integrated offering delivers coordinated, evidence-based support that adapts to members' lives and helps them achieve and sustain superior results. Okay. So the key things that I want you to take out of this, I do not want you to micro focus on the fact that it says GLP-1 prescribing first, that's the first comment. Please do not micro focus on that. If you were on a GLP-1 and you were doing great, awesome. Because I know some people that at our age were struggling only because they're at our age. Menopause, things slowing down, life, whatever. So if you're on a GLP-1 and you're doing great, great. This is also to support you, but I don't want you to focus on just that. No, Julie, not. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to fuss. I don't mean to go, no, Julie, I don't mean to fuss at you. But no, these are the words that I want you to focus on. Personalized nutrition, which we've been talking about for years now, behavioral support. So you can lose weight. You can lose weight, but if we don't change some of our behaviors, you are not going to keep it off. Okay. So behavioral support, coaching, they're introducing different ways to provide coaching. Community, it's very important. Community is very important with a redesigned app experience and a digital platform. Okay. So long-term health, coordinated. It is evidence-based, so it means they didn't just say, we should just try this. There is evidence support what they are doing, whether you agree with it or don't. But these are the most important words. It adapts. All of this is being done to adapt to members' lives. That is us. Adapt and help them achieve and sustain superior results. Okay, so am I the same age as I was when I joined Weight Watchers? Absolutely not. I was, let me think, how old would I have been? 28, 27, 28, 28. I was 28 years old when I joined Weight Watchers. Thank goodness that they have continued to adapt to my life, and they continue to adapt to my life. So adapt to members' lives and help them achieve. If they had not adapted, I would have quit. I would have quit a long time ago. So they want to adapt to our lives, help us achieve and sustain superior results. Okay, so let's skip down to this next part. So they do have, so this new app experience, they do have a dedicated GLP-1 medical program now. And Karen says, love that rooster. I know, and that's not mine. Karen, you didn't see our what is that? Because I think you came in later than that. But Karen, just for you, we are having a what is that segment every week. Yeah, and now you have to guess what that is and tell me before 8:30 in the morning. Okay, so GLP medication, they do have a dedicated GLP medication program now, and they have a reimagined digital experience, and it combines the decades of behavior modification, because again, we can lose weight. I've lost 20, 30, 40 pounds and then boom, gained it all right back because I didn't change my behaviors. So now this combines those decades of the behavioral change expertise, but with new technology to give members a clearer, more personalized view of their weight health and to help them be more successful in reaching and sustaining their goals. So one of the new features that's going to be on your app is started rolling out December the 26th. Everybody does not have it yet, is a weight health score. So instead of just saying that your total success is based on how much you weigh, now we're going to be able to get a weight health score. And the weight health score, no, Karen, it does not. The weight health score is a simple science-based view of your progress. So it's an evidence-based. All of this is evidence-based, but it is an evidence-based metric that turns your daily habits into an easy-to-understand scoring system. It draws on key impacts such as your body composition, nutrition, activity, sleep, and more than 60 connected devices and apps that can give members a clearer sense of what is driving their success, or if you're not having success, what's driving that. But that is called a weight health score. So your success will not just be measured by your weight, okay? I'm a big fan of that. Big fan. Next thing, exclusive fitness content. So this might be why the new logo looks like this with a long bar in between. It looks like a barbell or a dumbbell. So they will have exclusive fitness content. As a member, as a Weight Watchers member, we will gain access to premium fitness content that is directly within the app. So it's going to include progressive strength training, functional movement, You know, they've been kind of playing with things like that. You know, they've had the, you know, the 5-minute workouts, 30-minute workouts, you know, the walk, the daily walk thing, or the walk daily, what's it called? Walk and talk or whatever. But the exclusive fitness content, it's going to include this thing called the Lifted Method by Holly Reelinger. I don't know her, but she has a method called the Lifted Method. And it's going to support us at every stage of our journey. So for those of you with osteoarthritis in your hips, for those of us who don't have a lot of mobility, for those of us who are older, for those of us who are younger, it is going to focus on all of us. Okay, so that is exclusive fitness content. They will have modes that will adjust to changing needs. So they're going to have like, they'll have modes that are for like, like menopause or getting older or living with diabetes or being vegan or something. You know, they're going to have lots of different things that, you know, that will help with, you know, with that success. They are enhancing the community first support. So I think they realize that that does not mean that they are opening up new in-person workshops. I didn't say that. You didn't hear it from me. If they do, it would be great. It would be great. It would be fantastic. I would advocate that. I'm not saying that they're doing that, but I think they did realize that that's one of the areas that past members, like those of us that have been around a little bit longer, we were feeling kind of lacking in the community support. They're supposed to be bumping that up in with the new app. They're also going to have an AI body scanner. Don't know how that's gonna. No, Karen, it's not a keg. Don't know how that's gonna work. But yeah, because again, my app hasn't updated yet, but supposedly we'll be able to use our phone and do an AI body scanner, and it's going to give us some more information that's going to be useful to us in our journey. Okay, so the next question should be, or the next question I got was, well, gosh, how much is this going to cost? Okay, so this is the information that I have. And again, we did not get a handout. We did not get a pamphlet. We did not get a flyer. We did not get anything to explain this or train for this or explain how to explain this. So what they do have though is if you are on a monthly pass right now, or if you are if you're on a monthly pass, or if you pay weekly, or whatever you're set up on, you know, digital or digital plus blah blah blah, whatever, they're going to have 3 different levels now for payment. Not 3 different levels of points or 0 point foods or whatever, 3 different levels of payment, and they are called core. Oh, sorry. Let me just go back a second. Okay. So the thing where I said the fitness was based on that program called Lifted, again, makes me think that's a barbell. Okay. Makes me think that's a barbell or dumbbell. Okay. So the pricing structure is core plus, and med plus. Okay. On all, let's see, core starts at $12 a month. Core plus starts at $22 a month. Med plus starts at $25 a month. All 3 levels of payment, you get the points program. So the points program, exactly as it is, again, unless you are on living with diabetes, or if you're nursing or something like that, that's the only time it's going to be different. But all 3 get the points system. All 3 have access to over 12,000 recipes within the app. All 3 of them have the macro tracking, you know, like where we get those little circles now that tell you how many macros you've had, and then gives you some suggestions, some loose suggestions on how many to get. All 3 levels have the macro tracking. All 3 levels have the members only social networking. So that would be Connect. Right now it's called Connect. Who knows? This says members only social network. I guess they just gave it a generic thing in case people didn't know what Connect was. All of them have the new activity integration that is going to roll out with this app update. All 3 of them have the new sleep tracking integration that's getting ready to roll out. All 3 of them have the new weight health score that's getting ready to roll out. All 3 of them have the new modes. I have no idea what modes is. I don't know. I have no idea. All 3 of them will have the AI body scanner, and all 3 of them will have the enhanced fitness content. Okay, where it changes is the core level, which is that beginning one, the least expensive one, does not have the GLP-1 Success edition. So it doesn't have that on there. That's only in the second, in the Core Plus and in the Med Plus. The menopause program, not on Core. It's only available on Core Plus or Med Plus. The diabetes program, same, not on Core, Med Plus, or Core Plus or Med Plus. So if you don't need GLP-1 help, no problem. You're in the lowest price group. If you don't need menopause, no problem. You're in the lowest price group. Don't need diabetes help, no problem. You're in the lowest price one. But if you need any or all of those, they are available in the Core Plus or in the Med Plus. Then they do have a postpartum nursing program, which is brand new. I think that's a fantastic idea for new mothers. That is available in all 3 tiers. The coaching and workshops, if you're on Core only, you get 2 free weeks of coaching and workshops. If you are on Core Plus or Med Plus, it's included. Coaching and workshops is included. Access to medications is only on Med Plus. Access to clinicians, to the actual clinicians, is only on Med Plus. And access to registered dietitians is only in Med Plus. Okay. Melissa, not sure. So Melissa wants to know if that includes the in-person meetings. I'm not sure. I don't know. So Gwen has not said. For those of you who are in our Tuesday group or one of the Knoxville or Middle and East Tennessee groups, since we're a franchise group, I don't know if this monthly amount is going to take place of our, like our digital package, because we had like workshops and digital. I'm not sure if that's gonna take the place of this, or if we will have to pick Core Plus, or Med Plus and still pay for our weekly meetings. I'm not sure about that. But again, as soon as I find out, I tried to ask Gwen, and they had given her 0 information as of last Tuesday. So we will try to find out this Tuesday if she knows. I'm hoping that she'll know something, because it was supposed to start rolling out on December the 26th. Okay. So again, Core is $12 a month, starts at $12 a month. Core Plus starts at $22 a month, and Med Plus starts at $25. All 3 have all of your basic things, everything you need for your basic things. You just get into the extra help if you need GLP-1 support, menopause support, or diabetes support. That's the only time you would need to move up to one of the higher ones, but that's more personalized support. So again, they are trying to help us to grow with us. They are trying to help stay up to the times with us. Those of us that have been going to Weight Watchers for 30, 40, 50 years, like everything in life, we just went, why can't it just stay like it was? Why can't it be like was? Just remember, just go back and remember having to eat liver, having to eat tuna, having eggs limited. Maybe we don't always need things to stay just like they were. But again, for those of us that have been doing this 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we are not being forced into the GLP arena. We are not being forced to add medication. We are not being forced to do anything with menopause if we don't want to. And if we're not diabetic, not being forced into anything. It's just extra support, but because of what comes with the extra support, it costs a little bit more money. Okay, so that's what I know for this week. I hope that helped somebody. I know it helped me a little bit. Okay, so Carol Ann, the article you can start, and that is a great question. That's a great question. Nobody asked me that. The best place to find it, and I will post it after we get done, the best place to find it is and this is going to be long, if you go to the word corporate.www.com/news-details, or if you just type in Weight Watchers News Today, that should pop up. But just know when it pops up, and yes, I will post the link to the article, but that is corporate.www.com. And Carol just reminded me that their Facebook page has everything that we just talked about, so you don't have to go to the press release. I just like stuff like that. But if you go to Weight Watchers Facebook page, it has everything I just said. It's got the, except for the questions that I just answered, it does have some other areas to go for support. Like there are already some of the coaches on Connect are already filling people in and trying to answer some of these questions. But yeah, so hopefully I'll have more information as the week goes on. Again, remember, we are in a franchise location, so we've not been blessed with the extra information yet. Don't know if anybody has. Yeah, but go to their Facebook page or just Google Weight Watchers News Today or 2025. And then, yes, I will post these links. So this is our last chat. It's the last time I'll talk to you all in 2025. The next time I see you, it will be 2026. So Happy New Year, everybody. I hope you are well. I hope you are blessed. And I hope we see you next time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, that's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Please, please, please let that next video roll over. I promise you will enjoy it. Go ahead and click subscribe and hit that bell so that you'll know when our next video is posted. But otherwise, very, very, very Happy New Year. And I will see you next time. Good night.